group that I belong to is called Hatton Steampunk. I guess first and foremost, the most significant impact you're going to have on other people is how you behave and present yourself. So you should always find members of Hatton Steampunk at events who are displaying a degree of decor and manners and chivalry. Much like any reenactment group, reenactors reenact a more romanticized version of whatever their period of history is. So steampunks tend to hone in on the romanticized notions of chivalry and Victorian fashion and so on. The realities were very, very different than what we portray. But you know, because it is a fantasy or sci-fi genre, we're able to, you know, take what we like about it and run with it. You don't have to. You're not a historical reenactor, not reenacting the 1800s. It's, you know, to me, it's interpreting that time period's idea of futurism. So that's what to me steampunk is interpreting that. They envision flight and machines to fly and escalators and moving sidewalks and things like that some have become reality, some of them are still fantasy, but to try to tap into that futurism and then bring it to life with a fake jetpack that looks like it could be real or something, that to me is steampunk. And so you also have the romanticized notion of their behavior, that they were all gentlemen to the ladies and the ladies were ladies, or then you have on the other side of the spectrum, you know, the wild snake oil salesmen, the can dancers and burlesque and all of the seedier, wild, more fun kind of stuff, without the you know, exploitation and just regular asshole, pardon my language, but asshole things that people normally do to each other. So you try to take all of that out. Who were Victorian reenactors, all of the kids at the Steampunk Convention would be crawling through tunnels, fixing steam engines, and working in factories, you know. And then even by race, we would be segregated by race and class. And that to me is one of the best things about steampunk, is that, you know, we generally know what the Victorian era, the rules were. If you were black, then you were going to be in this pigeonhole. Well, steampunk, you get to just knock it all down, completely rebel, you know, hence the punk part of steampunk, and rebel against all of that. And my daughter can be done up as this beautiful lady, but then have a samurai sword on her back and a big gun and be a demon. Because why not? You have that freedom in steampunk. It empowers people to and encourages them to destroy the rules and then create it in the image that you want and just have fun with it. I guess for Hatton Cross, it's the thing that we're probably known most for is, you know, ridiculous vehicles. You know, the very first one that we built, it was a family project, and we built the tank. It took about 3 months. And then it took about a year after that of just continuously adding. I would always add something, some decoration, some piece. Then I added all the electronics, the lights and the speakers and the amplifier for sound effects. And then we had to make it a convertible because we bought a trailer and the tank wouldn't fit in the trailer. So I had to make the top removable, which turned out to be a pretty cool blessing, because in 2014, we were guests at Dragon Con in Atlanta, or actually not guests, we were attending professionals. It's kind of like, you know, guests there are like Stan Lee and, you know, Lou Ferrigno and, you know, big shots in the geek world. All the big shots are attending professionals, but either way, I was still very proud of that. But anyway, we had to do a skit at one of the entertainment pieces about Steampunk James Bond. Because I could remove the top, I could make it look like a roadster. And I said, okay, well, this is the first James Bond car. And, you know, Steampunk Q decided to name it after his two favorite nephews, Austin and Martin. So The first Aston Martin was conceived and built all because we bought a trailer. So, if you do take steampunk serious in the terms of, you actually study what were the innovations of the 19th century, and what were the ideas of futurism that they had at the time. That definitely takes serious. Learn the engineering bit so that you can make functional items as opposed to just, decorative. Learn electronics so that you can add flashy, blinky lights and have people go, ooh, inspire the inner 2-year-old that's everybody. That stuff absolutely takes super serious. Well, part of the fun thing is figuring out these dream projects, how to do them on a dime. But under the parameter that there's, money and time is not an option. I think I would like to do really large-scale art that could get a lot of attention for a good cause, and whatever that cause would be help with the inspiration for that project. So one thing I want to get involved in when we go back to the States is a lot of the children's hospitals, wards and things like that, where kids are looking at their last days on Earth. All of us in this genre are kind of big kids, we're people who are clinging desperately to our childhood and at least resisting being an adult in the monotony of the regular world, the mundane world. Yeah, I don't know, take more of a humanitarian cause to the art, just opposed to my own personal whimsy and fun, but actually put it to a little bit better use. I think that would be good. No matter who you are, what you believe, what you're very passionate about, have fun and share that with people.